How's everybody doing? Go ahead and update this title on Steam. Make sure we get the right name for the game in here. Bitworm. I like the name for the game. Bitworm definitely has a retro feel to it, and it is a very retro game. All right. All right, guys. Steam game indie review. We have a Bitworm here. And this is a game made by a developer who reached out to me, providing me with a free evaluation key. So I want to go ahead and thank him for that, for reaching out and wanted my opinion on the only game he's released so far. As we can see, this game launched more than 2 years ago. It only has a single review. And do you know this guy? Great, he is here in the stream with us. How you doing, Bricky Bear? Somebody said it looks like something on the Atari 2600, I guess? I don't know. Reminds him of a game. The Atari 2600, I don't know. The developer, this guy used the key redemption here. Only played it for 5 minutes. And left it a positive review. Oops. Okay. And then we have another guy that played it for 1.2 hours. And said something about retro as well. And gave it a positive review. Okay. So Bitworm, let you collect bits to grow your worm. Don't bite your tail. Basically, don't run into yourself. And out-eat an army of hungry ants. Oh, they're ants. Okay. And fast-moving centipedes in this challenging 8-bit quarter game. 10 Steam achievements are included. And 8-pack is a throwback to classic arcade games of yesteryear, which I like. You know, classic games. It's one of the things I do on my myself as I make retro classic games, complete with retro graphics and 8-bit sound tones. It is an alteration of the classic Snake game. You work to grow your worm. Work to quickly eliminate the longer you grow your worm's tail, the easier it will be to trick ants into hitting you. But don't bite your tail. Biting your tail will spawn a centipede. Centipedes move as fast as you do and grow up to 50 segments long, and they are smart enough to avoid running into your worm. If the current game is too difficult for you, you can type extra life on the menu to get an extra life. If the game isn't challenging enough, you can type too easy in the main menu. This will make the next game you play spawn only blue ants that move as fast as you do. And if that doesn't sound hard enough, you will only be given 1 life to clear the entire game. Okay, cool. All right, so too easy. We'll have to remember that. Let's try this. All right, so I did play this game for just a few minutes to make sure it worked and everything like that the other night. It is pretty cool. It is only 99 cents. And again, this is a review being done by the request of the developer, who sadly only got, one purchase, it looks like, or at least one review in the last couple of years. Try to beat the whole game. It goes to level 7-4. Took me about 15 minutes. Okay, we can do that. All right. Press any key. I like the retro style. Have you put this out on on like mobile as well, Craven? Did you put this out on Google Play or something on Android? Because it looks like it. We have options. They are just. Yeah, I turned all the music off because I was talking to somebody on the phone. I don't remember how loud it is. Okay, that's not too loud. I think I like the CRT effect off. Okay. Graphics on or off? What? What? Okay. I don't really understand the graphics on or off there. Alright. Eliminate the ants by getting them to run into you. Collect bits, avoid hitting the head on, and don't bite your own tail. Gotcha. Alright. So the red things are ants, blue ones are centipedes, okay? No! Mine, you bitch! Okay, he crashed into me, so he died. Stage 1-1, we gotta get to 7-4, okay? Alright. Ah, missed it. There we go. It's pretty fun. I mean, the controls are really good and responsive. I guess I should have waited. Okay, so I want to do this and try to get him to run into me. There we go. Okay. Uh-oh, we have another one spawning. Oh, missed it. Okay. They don't run in and kill each other, though. They only can kill each other on you. Okay. There's a blue termite. He does move a lot faster. I killed him. Yeah. Die. Oh. The AI isn't exceptionally intelligent. At least right now they're not. But... there we go. Die. Yep. I feel like what the game could use is I feel like it could use, like, when an enemy ant runs into you and you kill an enemy ant, I feel like it could be more satisfying if there was some kind of a, like an explosion of the ant or something like that. You know, if you saw bits flying everywhere or something, and maybe some kind of a crash or some kind of a sound effect, like, or something. I don't know, anything. Any kind of sound effect to let you know that you killed an ant. It's recognizable, right? Okay, so we made it to stage 1, too. Oh, he turned. He's getting smarter. It almost looks like the ants are getting smarter. I could be wrong, but we'll see. So many enemies. Oh my god. Killed one. How do you advance to the next level or whatever? The next stage? I'm going faster than him. Ah, he got the apple, but I got him. Yeah, I got him too. 1-3. Okay, you gotta kill enough of them, right? Alright. You have to kill all the ants. Okay, gotcha. Oh, he turned. There we go. So kill all the ants to get to the next stage. Gotcha. And so the apples, or the bits, the things we're picking up are only for points then? Oh, there is a little sound effect when I kill at least a termite. There we go. Aha! Got it. This is kind of fun. Yeah, I'm having more fun now than when I played it the first time. Oh, I died! What? What? I thought I had him. Yeah, I thought I had that ant. Oh, well, there's one of our lives. Can we get extra lives somehow? Aha! Ah, you idiots. You idiots. Aha! Yeah! We're getting good. Yep. So eating a bit makes us grow longer as well, which makes it easier to kill the ants. There we go. Ah, fuck! Son of a bitch, you fucking red ant. Alright, we're on 2. I almost killed myself again there. No! That was close. I almost fucked up. Really, the challenge starts to get a little bit harder pretty quick. We're only on 2-1. Get both of them right here. Nope. There we go. That's how you do it. Nope. Fuck, man. You little bastards, quit fucking duplicating. Oh my god! Stop it! You little fucks. I died. Alright, so the only thing I would suggest, Craven, is, like, right there, the last life. You never want your game to feel cheap, right? You'll hear the sound. So this is what I would change. Obviously, adding the effects of, like, an ant running into you and having it kind of explode a little bit would be kind of cool. But the one thing that I would definitely change is, like, it happened twice in this game, where, it happened twice where basically me and the ant were at the same spot, and to me it kind of felt like I should have beat it, but it was like an even, and it felt like the ant always wins if it's we crash into each other at the same time. I would give that situation to the player, just so the player never feels like he got cheated, right? You always want to give the advantage to the player in these kind of games, so the player never feels like they're cheated. So in a situation where, me and the ant both hit something at the same time, give that situation to the player and have the ant be killed. That would be my only suggestion, just so the game never feels cheap to the player, right? And I learned that the hard way with my first game, Rock and Roll, on Steam. There we go. Yeah, you definitely get better at it. Fuck. You little bastards. Oh my god, this is so hard. We're at 1-1, and this is so hard. There's so many things. Yeah, see, like right there. Right there. It looks like I should have won because it showed my my head, and it looked like the termite ran into me. Right? So that's a situation you want to go back and give to the player. Don't have the player die there. You should kill off whatever hit me. It's probably what really happened. Is we probably landed at the same spot at the same exact time. And in those situations, you want to make sure the player wins those situations. Because that felt cheap. Not gonna lie. That would be my best advice to you. Otherwise than that, I like this little game, man. I do think it would be kind of cool, like, if an ant ran into you, if you kind of saw a little explosion. And I mean, that's just making... All that is, making some little particles and have them fly out in different directions, right? So you could easily make an explosion particle. You should make an explosion particle if you, the player, dies as well. Maybe even have it be a bigger explosion if you crash into something else. That way it's really easy to see who dies, right? Really easy to see who dies if you create some kind of little particle explosions that spray out whoever dies. So that would be my second suggestion. Other than that, I think this game's great. Yeah, it's simple. I wouldn't add any more complexity to it. I mean, it's really cool. For 99 cents, it's a good deal. For sure. Okay, so the head segment is what detects a game over based on collision. Trying to figure out how you could do that. Alright, come down for this one. So I'm gonna guard this bit here. Yeah, come on, you little bastards. Yeah. Okay, I see how to beat him. I'm trying to think of the easiest way for you to do that, man. Yeah, right there again. Right there again. Okay. So, I like the game, man. I really do. I'm probably not going to get to 7-4. It looks pretty hard to get to 4. I would like to see you make that change before I try to do the challenge that you're talking about. So, what I want to do here, guys, is I want to come in here and I want to see if I can give this developer maybe a solution to doing that check, right? So you're obviously going on the player, right? So let's say that the player is, let's just go 10, right? So let's go ahead and give it a black screen just because, and you were green, I think. Oops, not that. All right, so let me illustrate what I'm talking about here, man. What color were you as a player? I don't even remember. Yeah, I think you were green. Okay, so here's your snake, right? And here's the head, right? Here's your head. Okay, so all you want to do is whatever direction the player is moving currently, because you have a current direction that the player is moving. So what you want to do to fix this, probably, this is just my idea, one way you can definitely fix it. Okay, so you always want to be looking one head or one block in front of the player, right? So wherever the player's position is, based on their direction, you want to take a block and you want to identify what block is one step ahead of the player, right? And so this block is going to actually do the check for the collisions, right? So in this block, you're always going to say, who's filling this block first, right? Is this block being filled by, right, a ant, right? So if the block is filled by a orange ant or whatever, is it filled by an ant first, or is it filled by the player first, or is it filled by a centipede first? And this block is going to determine who collides first. So whoever fills this box first is going to be the winner, right? So that's how you would check so that those unfair collisions start going to the player. So instead of having the head of the snake, obviously for the crash into the walls, or if you have crashes into the walls, or for a crash into the player himself, you want to continue doing the check in the head for crashing into yourself or crashing into a static object like a wall, right? But for collisions with the enemies, you're going to want to take the box one step ahead of whatever direction the player's. So you need to make sure you know what that box is. If the player's going north, it's going to be one step up here. If the player's going south or down, you're going to want to step one down here. So make sure you have that code worked out. But just start checking for one step ahead of whatever the player's direction is going, and then find out who's filling that box first for the collision. If the box is filled by the player, then he's going to win those collisions. So if an ant wants to collide or whatever, or a centipede or whatever, then the player is going to win that, and the ant's going to die. So that's one solution for you. Craven, just two things. Could you try it again, but try use the bits as bait instead of just getting them? Grow your tail first, and then just use them for bait. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Grow your tail first, and ants will always go for the nearest bit to them. That makes sense. Yeah, we could try it one more time. But that's my suggestion on that. And then, yeah, then I would definitely do the particle effects as well. So don't say, oops. So I kind of had to do the same thing to give the player the advantage. So if you look in my game, Rock and Roll, right? I had a lot of like little asteroids, right? So, for example, it's an asteroid type game, right? So in that game, your player was a ship, right? Let's go blue because your player's a blue ship here. All right. Yep. So here's your player, and then let's go gray, and then just to give you an idea of what I had to deal with when I was making my first game, it was a little bit different, but it was the same kind of thing, really. So here's a rock, right? Let's say this is an asteroid, right? A rock. So what would happen is the player would shoot. In fact, let's go ahead and move this over here just a little bit. And some of these rocks were actually pretty small, right? So here's a rock. So the player would have tons of rocks around him, right? And the player would shoot, and as he's spinning around or whatever, he would shoot a missile up here, and the missile would go right by. And the collision check was obviously in my bullet, the player bullet that would go by here, and the bullet would go right by the asteroid. And the player, while he's playing and he has all this other shit going on and asteroids coming in from different angles and stuff like that, it would kind of feel cheap, even though the player actually did miss the asteroid, right? Which is what I did too. I tried to be too perfect on that. The asteroid didn't get hit, right? So it kind of felt cheap when the player was trying to hit especially smaller asteroids, and it kind of looked like it was close, and the player wouldn't get the kill. So what I had to do is, for this situation, is I actually had to make the collision box for the asteroid, for the collision box with the check of the. I actually doubled it or tripled it, right? And you would think that would be fucked up. That's so unfair to the asteroid. The poor little asteroid has a collision box 3 times bigger than it is. But now suddenly when the player shoots and basically comes in and hits this, it probably wasn't quite that big, to be honest. It's probably double, right? But now suddenly when because the bullet would get up to about here and he would get a collision hit, right? And so you would think that's unfair to the asteroid or whatever. But remember, the only time it really matters where you have to be extremely fair is in when you have an online situation or 2 players versus each other. Then you have to be, completely fair. You always want to give, when it's just a computer versus our player versus AI, you always want to give those close advantages to the player. So whether in your game or whether in a game like this, and I tell you, once I made this change and I made the collision boxes bigger, not only did I make the collision boxes bigger for the asteroids, I also made the collision boxes bigger for the bullets, right? So, for example, your bullet may be this big, right? But then what I did is I also went in and I made the collision box for the bullet twice as big as it was, so that the player always got the advantage. And I tell you what, once I changed those collision boxes so it helped the player, the game felt so much better. Even though it looks like it might be unfair to do that, you're cheating. You're giving the player a huge advantage. The game felt way, way better. So yeah. Is a bigger collision box on the asteroid only if the missiles? Yeah. So what I did is in the when the missile hit the collision check to see if you destroyed the asteroid, that collision check was not in the asteroid, it was in the bullet, right? So the bullet would check for that collision, and then if it collided with the collision box, then it would trigger a response or variable to blow up the asteroid. So obviously I didn't want to have that collision box be that big for running into you, right? So same situation here. You want to do the collision box in this asteroid for in the bullet for the asteroid, but you do not want to have that big of a collision check for running into the player. So, for example, if this little asteroid was to come right by me, float right by me, and then you was using this, really, so it had different collision boxes. So it had its actual size collision box for running into the player, but it had a lot bigger collision box if it was talking about colliding with an asteroid. Yeah, you definitely wouldn't want the smaller asteroid walking right by you, maybe actually going, maybe it's right here and it's going this way. You definitely wouldn't want it causing a collision here because of the bigger collision box hitting you when it actually missed you. So you got to understand what's going on and how it's feeling to the player. Anytime you make a game like this, you always want to really consider how is this going to feel to the player. And if it's a player versus AI situation, a player versus an obstacle situation, you always want to give those advantages to the player, whether it be hitting the asteroid or whatever. You know, in fact, on the asteroids or whatever, the asteroid collision box with the player is actually a little bit smaller than the asteroid, just a teeny bit smaller. So that basically what that does is when the collision box in the asteroid is just a teeny bit smaller than the player, what that does is if the asteroid barely barely spins right by the player, right, and it actually touches and it probably should kill the player, what it actually does is it makes the player feel like, hell yeah, I barely escaped. In fact, with my game, you get a close call. As long as you're moving, as long as your player is moving in rock and roll, and the asteroid comes right by you, and it probably should have been a collision because it barely clipped. Instead, I have a little bit smaller collision box, and so what happens is if it hits that collision box and you escape and you don't die, it actually gives you 1,000 extra points. It says close call, and it gives you a sound effect that says, whoa, close call or whatever, and it feels really good to the player. When you give those kind of advantages, you give all those situations, you give the player the advantage in those kind of situations. So always keep things fair to the player and give them a bit of an edge. Exactly. Yeah. The only time you can't do that, like I say, is if you had two players on the screen fighting each other. Then you have to be really fair there. You know, you can't give an advantage to one player or the other. But yeah. And so by giving the player bonus points with that, then it just makes the player feel really good. Yep. Even though a lot of those situations, the players probably should have died. If I would have left the collision box exactly as it was for the asteroid size, player probably should have died. But there, it actually... I did the same thing in POGGERS as well, my Frogger type game, where sometimes the player would clip right by an enemy, a snake or whatever. The player probably should have died. But if it was a near miss like that, a lot of times it would give you evasion points. Evasion points plus 500. It feels really good to the player to get that kind of something they probably really should have died on, but you go ahead and give that near miss to the player and give them bonus points as well. Then they're falling in love with your game. Yep. So, all right. So let's go ahead and try this game again. He says to use the start baiting ants into there. Okay. How would I improve the AI? I made it dumb so the player could predict the path and outwit it. Would you change that or what? Let me think about that. Okay, we're gonna grow our worm for a little bit here to start with. Grow our worm so we're long enough to start baiting these ants. There we go, we baited one. Now we're gonna try to bait this guy. There we go. Okay, so by eating that apple, as he said, it caused him to turn around. Alright. You could make the ants super smart and never run into you. I mean, that wouldn't be that hard. There we go. That's what he's talking about. Start knowing exactly where the ant's going to go, because the ant's always going to go for the bait. There we go. Ah! I'm trying to think about how you would make the ants smarter, and then how you would, if you even want to do that, is what I'm thinking about right now. Nope. Yeah, this is pretty easy when you start figuring out where they're going to go and using the the bits as bait. Ah, you fuck. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. Yep. Another situation like I was just talking about. Where it would feel better if the player got that advantage. Come on down here, buddy. Come on over here, guys. Oh shit, we got a purple one now. That's cool. Damn, what's this purple? This purple one's a badass. Oh, he is smarter. I love it. Alright. Ah, got him. Love it. Got him. That was cool. Got him. Yeah. This is a cool game, man. This is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Like, people don't appreciate small games like this. They look at it on Steam, they see that it's 99 cents, and they think, oh, this looks stupid. No, this is actually a really cool game, dude. The more you play it, the more fun it gets. Alright, that's fine. You guys can get that. Come on up. Come on up. Come on up. There we go. Stage 3. Again, yeah. Same situation. You can see I'm clearly there first. I was clearly in that spot first. I should have won that. I honestly shouldn't have lost a life yet, but I've lost 2. But we've talked about that. Craven's going to go in and fix that. Yeah, this is fun trying to cut them off. It actually is a lot. It's a lot more fun trying to cut these guys off than to try to beat them to the pellet, because it makes you feel kind of makes you feel smart. Come on, bitch. We know you're coming. There you go. Son of a bitch. They're multiplying. There we go. Again, yeah. See, that looks really bad and feels really cheap for the player, bro. All 3 deaths have come in that same situation. That's why you need to fix it. I mean, yeah, you can say, "Hey, Zach, quit cutting it that close." You can tell me to quit cutting it that close, but still, it's something that I feel would be a lot better if you'd fix it. You know. There we go. Come on down, motherfuckers. Ah, you lucky fuck. It gets crazy. Damn it, man. Oh my god. Wow. It feels really good when you kill like fucking 8 of them at once, though. I almost died there. I almost died again. I feel like I need to be longer. Yeah, I feel like I'd be doing better right now if I was longer. I think I need to eat some of this shit myself. Yep, we're gonna get these guys. Yep, same situation there. Alright, I like it. I'm not gonna get to stage 7 and 4 tonight, man. It's gonna take me a while. But I think we get the idea for this game, guys. That's a challenge to you guys, my viewers. Go get to stage 7 4, guys. This game is only 99 cents on Steam. And this developer, the only thing I ask for you guys, if you guys do go and buy this game, the game is down, the link is down, or the game is on the link down in the description below the video. Go support this guy. He only has 1 review where somebody's actually bought his game. So please, if you go buy it, what I ask you guys is please leave him a positive review, especially if you enjoy it. Help this developer out. Dude, I'll tell you what, Craven, I'll do another video for you. I will try to beat your game at 7-4 once you fix that problem we talked about. Once you fix that collision in the game, and then also, especially if you add some kind of a particle effect every time either an ant, an enemy, or you die or you crash, add some kind of a cool little particle effect with particles flying everywhere, flying off the screen. That would be fantastic. Do both of those, your game's going to be a lot better, and I have confidence that this guy is going to go make those changes I suggest. No, I wouldn't change any of that. I'd leave it as it is, man. Yep. Let me make those changes that I said. Let's take it one step at a time. Do those simple 2 changes that I suggest. Then let's play the game again. Let's see if I can beat it. And at that point, then if I have any more suggestions for you, I will give you those at that time. But I think if you make those 2 changes right there, I think the game will be really good. Really, really good. Yeah. Yeah, you could do that. You could do that. Like, you could just have that same box in front of you determine, hey, if the player's there first and an enemy comes into that box at the same time, right? So if the player's in that box that we talked about, and then an enemy comes into that box right after, that's when you could give the player plus... I wouldn't give them too many, but plus 10 bonus points or something, right? So... yeah, we made it a lot further that time. If you really want to up your game, Craven, I would also maybe make Steam high scores. I don't know if you know how to do that, but Steam high scores would be good rather than just local high scores. Give the players the ability to battle each other against, Steam high scores. So instead of just a local high score list, make Steam high scores. Well, Craven, if you want more ideas for a worm game, I mean, you can always look at, right? I just put out my own snake game back. I don't know if you knew this or not. I just put out my own snake game back in October. And much like your snake game, it is, it's not doing much better, right? So, I took some of my own ideas for my own snake game and tried to make a really fun snake game myself. And it's called Nerm the Worm. And I just put this out, 3 months ago or whatever. So, I asked $3 for my game. But, again, all I can say is make a game that you enjoy playing. As you see right here, I have 85 hours in my own game, right? So make a game that you want to play. Make a game that feels really good to you. Make a game that you enjoy playing. And this is my advice to any indie developer out there. If you don't enjoy playing your own game, then how can you expect other people to enjoy playing your game? So you see that I have 85 hours in my Nerm the Worm game, and it just came out 3 months ago. My rock and roll game, the one that I was talking about where you battle the asteroids or whatever, you see that I have 297 hours playing my own game, right? So make games that you enjoy playing. And if you're making games that you enjoy playing, that you believe are good games, then that's what you want to do. Then other people are probably going to like your games, and you're probably going to get positive reviews. Make games that you enjoy playing. Poggers, you see I have 62 hours in this game. And because of that, it's getting what? 53 reviews, only 1 negative. So it's getting overall like 98% positive reviews. So make games you enjoy playing. If you're not making a game that you enjoy playing, then you're going about it the wrong way. Keep Positive Gamer says add a versus mode where you can try to kill each other collecting dots. Yep, that would be cool. I wouldn't worry about that so much. I think a lot of people just prefer the single player games. Every time I play my game, I just think about things I could add to make it better. Yeah, sometimes you can go overboard by continuing to add. I would leave your game pretty simple, to be honest with you. If you want to make a more complex game, if you want to add a whole bunch of different stuff or whatever, I would maybe make a whole new game, right? So, Nerm the Worm is a game that I made, basically saying it's a lot more simple. It's a lot more than just a simple snake game. So, and you see the apples falling. You get power-ups, or not power-ups, but you get streaks. So if you eat a green apple, it increases your streak, and then all the points for eating apples are multiplied by your current streak. The apples can turn from green to red to yellow and to black, and if they turn black, they turn into a bomb. The bomb can blow you up. You can also catch the apple, so if your head is at the same spot as an apple when it falls, you get catch points, so you get extra catch points. You can get big multipliers. You have to get keys to open up doors to advance to the next room, the next level. And then after you open the doors, you get double apple points. Before you leave, if you catch any apples, you get double points. Some of the rooms have like containers of beer, like this room level has a container of beer. And if you go inside the beer, then you get drunk and all these beer bubbles come up and you can't see yourself. I mean, Nerm the Worm is pretty complex for a Nerm the Worm. How long did Nerm the Worm take you? About 3 weeks. It took me about 3 weeks to make it. Oh. Yeah, I mean, let's, I'll show you Nerm the Worm. The bad thing is a lot of these games like this, they just don't do that well. I mean, Poggers has done pretty well for me, but... and then the hat is like a DLC, so I sold basically, I have a DLC for 99 cents. If you want a hat on there, it's just a way to make a little bit more money. Right, and then if you have that...
heard of me? I'm Nerm the Worm!
And then if you have the hat, you can change the color to whatever you want. Multiplayer is something I plan to do, but at this point, unless more people buy my game, I probably won't add this DLC. It's a kind of like what Keep Positive Gamer was saying about your game, add a multiplayer. And then I paid a guy money to make 3 custom songs for me, for my game, so that my game wasn't, so people weren't hearing the same songs. So like these songs here, these songs were made specifically for this game. But then you have your...
Crawling along one day, and this female worm, she wanted to play.
So that if we play it... Yeah, it does move very fast. And the points you get for the apples are based on what level you're on and how far away they are from your head when they land. Or when they fall or whatever. And then as you eat green apples, you'll see your speed increase. So the purple key will come and it opens up 2 doors. And the 2 doors that open are basically just a wraparound. Like that. And then he makes sounds a lot of times when he eats apples, like yummy or good. Or if they're like a yellow apple, he'll say, ew, gross. Of course, it's all my voice. It's all my own voice, and I just, increase the pitch on it. And so you try to get your streak up, and it'll tell you your highest streak multiplier on the level. And these apples, if you don't get them, they will turn yellow, and now they're nasty. So if I eat a yellow apple, I'll lose my streak multiplier like this, see? And then my speed goes down as well. Now my streak is at 0. Lost streak, see? And then to get the green key to exit out, you got to get your length to whatever the goal is. So exit key drop at 600. So once you get your length long enough, as you see, you'll get a green key. It'll open the other 2 doors on both sides, and then you can get out. If you want to, you can go around and try to get more apples for double apple points. But the chances of green apples dropping when the gates are opened is lower. So you have a lot higher chance of like dying or whatever. So then level 2, you're going to start getting more and more walls and stuff like that in the way as you advance. So there's 50 levels in the game. There's a catch point, so I caught that apple right when it fell. My goal when I made this game is I've played a lot of Snake games in my life. My goal when I made this game was to make the best 2D Snake game that I've ever played. So I wanted to make a Snake game that was the most fun, the best 2D Snake game that I've ever played, and I've played a ton of them over my life. So that was kind of the goal. And I believe I succeeded. I believe this is one of the best Snake games that I've ever played in my life. So, set goals for yourself when you make games as well. Hey, I want to make a game, and my goal is to make, whatever. And try to at least, make a goal that you believe you can accomplish, but also try to accomplish that goal, And then you get points based on how long you are. You see him getting points as you clears your tail. And then you go to level 3. And you start off short again. And you got to try... Each time you go to a new level, you have to get your snake a little bit longer. And then another thing I did too is, okay, so I made this game, right? One thing I wanted to do is I wanted to... Oops, that's annoying right there. Okay, so one thing I wanted to do is I wanted to make it really easy for like streamers to play, like if they're pausing a game or like Dead by Daylight, if they're waiting on a lobby for 5 minutes or whatever. I wanted to make this game so that it could be easily loaded while you're playing another game, and so while you could play it while you're waiting for a lobby in another game or whatever. So I gave it the ability to drag it to whatever size you want, right? So you can simply drag the corner. That's a built-in. It's really easy with Game Maker, but you can drag it to whatever size you want. And then I also made it so you can simply right-click to pause and unpause your game. That way, the player is not having to try to hit escape while they're trying to move their, up and down or use WASD or whatever. They can simply hit right-click and pause and unpause their game. I also made it so if, like, let's say you're about to crash, you can apply brakes. So if you hold space, you'll actually try to brake. But so if I brake, you'll see me turn red, and if you brake too long, you'll burn yourself and you'll burn up your length. And he'll scream and cry that it hurts. So you could brake for a second and he won't cry, but if he turns red, he's gonna cry at you. Yep. And it tells you how many points you get for each apple when you eat it, based on the streak. So, like, that's 122, but I actually got 829. See? Because of the streak. But I crashed, so I lost my streak. If you die, you lose your streak. But there's 50 levels in this game, guys, and that is Nerm the Worm. So, yep. And then you can always hit just Q and go back to the main menu. That is a cool snake game. I love its speed and arcadiness. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I always try to make games that I enjoy playing, that I have fun with. Yeah, and then you can also just hit tab anytime.
All right, I got a good one. What happens when a fish gets addicted to worms? They get hooked!
Yep. And then, I mean, it's all... I drew all the art in this game myself. The hat and everything. And then, like, for the worm here, as you kind of see him moving back and forth, all it's doing right now is I made this, I made this worm here, but it's just a sprite. And all I did is every, like, second or two or whatever, it might increase or decrease the size a little bit. That way it kind of makes it look like he's, moving a little bit or whatever. See how it looks like he's... Also, the color might change a little bit. So it kind of makes them look a little bit more worm-like. The size is increasing and decreasing just a tad to make it look like he's, flexing a little bit or moving, whatever. Yeah, a lot of extras I added in there too. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I like your game as well. I mean, as long as you're making a game that you believe is fun, then that's all you can do, man. And I guarantee you're going to learn as you make more and more games. You're going to learn how to get better and better at code. So, for example, I don't think I could have made Nerm the Worm. So when I made Rock and Roll took me a long time to develop, but everything I learned with like my first 5 or 6 games that I put out on Steam helped me code Nerm the Worm in probably record time. So, I basically had Nerm the Worm working and functioning really well in like a week. But then I spent a lot of the rest of the time was making the levels. So, for example, if I go into Game Maker, I'll show you. A lot of the time was spent making the levels for Nerm the Worm. And that was fun. I got to admit. So what I did is, I simply made walls, right? I simply made a wall for the sprites, right? I made Oops. So I just made walls, and I made them so that I could easily go into my rooms and make my levels. So I could have also made my levels with like code and had code spawn in all the walls. But with GameMaker, it's just as easy to go in and you see here's level 1. Here's my walls. And this is my starting point for Nerm. And then a level 2, as we saw. And I could put these walls anywhere I wanted. I just right click. So for example, if I want to put in another wall here, I could just come and find my wall, object wall, and I can draw another wall here or whatever, right? Obviously, I would want to set my snap boundaries so that so it easily snap in place, right, from a wall size. But that's how I did it. I just drew up these walls for levels, and that was actually a lot of fun creating these levels, and then going and testing the levels to make sure that they were actually feasible. So let me show you something here. Turn off this grid. So you see here's like level 17. Your mushrooms might spawn over here. And then you have to go back behind there. You have a lot less room to move around. Here's level 5, my VEER. So for example, right here, you see that I have red walls right there. You don't actually see that because that's invisible when the game's going. You only see it when you're drawing. So like what this is basically a wall I called a no spawn wall, right? So what happens is if like an apple is going to drop right here, like if this is a target landing spot for the apple when it drops, basically as the apple's created, if it's going to drop in one of these no spawn zones, it'll just respawn somewhere else. So you won't even see it. So like the apple will start dropping, you won't even see it. And then it'll be like, oh shit, I'm going to land there. So I'm going to respawn and do another random coordinate, right? Same thing with a beer, so like that. It just has code in to check and make sure that, the apple's not going to spawn in those areas. So for example, if you come in here at like 44, this is a cool room that I made. Yeah. See, yeah, obviously it gets a lot harder. These kind of look like the Pac-Man ghost or something. Yeah, that was a beer mode. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Is it 45? This is the underground, and you see that basically as you progress, you start seeing these forms like what you'll see like the middle one first, I think, just the middle part. And then the next part, you'll see this. And the next, the next time you see this, you go underground, you'll see this. And eventually this, as you progress through the game, you'll see this forms like a double cheeseburger. Because I got to admit, I was eating a lot of double cheeseburgers when I was coding this game. Because I was too busy coding, I was wanting to get my game done, and I was ordering a lot of double cheeseburgers through like Grubhub and DoorDash and stuff. So double cheeseburger became part of the game. And then right here, for example, 47. So like Nerm, it spells out Nerm, and again, you got to see that I didn't want Apple spawning in here because it would be too hard for the player, especially at the speed you're going. It's too hard for the player to go in here and get an apple. So here, fine, that's kind of challenging, but I wanted to make sure apples didn't spawn in any of these areas that are just too small. So I put in my no spawn block, right? And then same thing here, level 48. Didn't want apple spawning in there. In a lot of areas, we don't want the apple spawning in here on worm. Obviously, you don't want it spawning in here because there's no way for the player to get in there to eat it. Yep. And then level 50, my hardest level. Took a little bit to look at that. So your doors are going to spawn either here or here, so you can always get to them. But obviously, you start up here. Can we see you play the final level? Yeah, I don't think that's so hard. I think I just have to go into I'm trying to remember what this blocks. I need to go to objects. Let's do this. There was a I think it was in the level select. I think there's a line of code I can put in there. I'm just trying to remember because it's been 3 months since I coded this. Oh no, it's in the game, my bad. Game control. Yeah. Jam what? Oh, that level, last level. So now if we go into like level 1, we start playing the game and we hit F9. It's a cheat I basically made for myself so I could test every level. F9. What level do you want to play? Here we go. As you see, you're getting a lot more points even from the start on this level because you're on level 50. Yep, I was worried about that explosion. Nope. Oh my god, no! I don't think I've ever beat level 50, if I'm mistaken. I think I've gotten close, but I don't think I've ever beaten my own level 50. But I do believe it can be done. Oh, I missed it. Phew. I need to start using my brakes. Oh no! No! Oh shit. Oh, I'm nice in theory. Yeah, he doesn't like yellow apples. I also had to go in. Part of the challenge was to go in. I only spent a few hours on this. I had to go in and make it. So like, right? If let's say an apple's right here, right? Like it turns black and it's a bomb. I had to make it so that if you're right here as a worm and your head's right here, I had to make it so that if a wall's between you, the explosion won't kill you, right? You love the explosion sound? Yeah, but I'm not going to beat this. Like, this is a very hard level to beat. I could probably beat it if I spent enough time on it, but you guys get the idea. Yeah. Let's see. Somewhere I have like a testing room, I think. I don't. Maybe I deleted it. Yeah, I probably deleted it. Yeah, I used to have like a testing room, and what I did is I would draw out like a wall and make sure that, you know, I had to make sure the code wouldn't kill you if the explosion was on the other side of a wall. Yes, there is. There is a. If you beat level 50, let's see. Let me go into the game here. Game control. Let me fix the stuff that so I don't accidentally upload this version with the F9. Where was that at? Right here. Yeah. Make sure I comment that out. All right. So there is a room winner. Okay. So if we come into welcome, maybe. Yeah. See, so I commented out. So I'll show you guys the winning condition if you beat that level. Yep, there is a victory screen if you beat it.
Oh yeah! I am so happy to be free. Na 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 na.
You won. Nerm is free.
Woohoo! I'm so happy. Sing with me. I'm so happy. Na 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 na. So happy to be free.
And then just apples fall in the sea.
Thanks to you, you did all the work, and you got me out of all those walls that imprisoned me. Oh, I'm telling you, Nerm is happy. Clap, clap, clap your hands. Sing with me. Come on, everybody, and dance with me.
There you go.
I'm so happy.
Pretty cheesy, but yeah, it is a victory screen. Yep. So there you guys go. So now you know what you get. I should have left that as a surprise for all you people to beat the game. Yep. But I think somebody would be kind of happy, you know, if they beat the game, that they at least have more of an in-game, you know, screen than like a lot of games. A lot of games will just say you won or something like that, or, you know, or go right back to the main menu or something. At least my game does give you some kind of a, even though it's kind of cheesy, it does give the player some kind of, maybe hopefully satisfying little thing, feeling, whatever. Yep. But what game? What did you make your game in? What did you make Bitworm in, Raven? Did you use Game Maker as well, or did you use Unity, or what? Or is it made with just straight code? Yeah, I've used Game Maker for all my games. Unity, yeah. Yeah, I've used Game Maker for all my games so far. At some point, I might move to Unity, but I don't know. Like I've bought several courses for both Udemy and I'm not Unity for both Unity and Unreal 4 over on Udemy. I've watched a couple of them, but I think I've bought like 6 or 8 of them. Oh, you had to pay $30 to remove the splash screen. Yeah, that makes sense. And make it so it doesn't default to that, you know, the default Unity launcher or whatever, like so many games do. But yeah, I know on Udemy. Let me just see if I can show this here. I know I've bought some. How many people have you bought any courses on Udemy? Craven? Because they always have those sales for like $10. You're like, wow, I could get a $200 course for like $10, right? Yeah. Let's see. I don't remember my fucking password. Nope. Got password. Okay. I'm gonna reset my password on Udemy. I'll show you what. One of my friends has a master's degree in programming, so anything over my head, he's got that and some. Yeah. Yeah, I've spent a lot of money on Udemy. Like, look here. So my learning, and you'll see that I haven't watched very many of them. They sound good. I completed 25% of this one, how to create pixel art for your games. Unreal Engine, C++, 4% complete. Build your own first-person shooter survival game, 2% complete. I need to go through and do these because I'm sure these would help. I bought one for the Godot engine, 11% complete. Make a game with GameMaker, 13% complete. I think this is the first one I ever bought. I only did 13% of it. And these I haven't even started. Unity game development, Godot making a fun pirate game, C+ Unity game, 2D. So I bought all these for $10, I think, but still I've spent $110 on courses, and I really haven't got anything out of them. How you doing, CJ? We met years ago on Game Guru forums back in 2009. Haha, that's where I first got into game dev. It was called FPS Creator back then. Yeah, I remember that. I've watched a couple of like YouTube videos on GameMaker, but that was many years ago. I'm talking about like way back in like 2012 or something like that. No, I haven't really watched a lot of YouTube videos on how to code. At some point, I might make my own YouTube videos on how to code a game or something like that. But I don't feel like GameMaker is really that popular of a platform. Like I might do that if I move to Unreal or Unity or something. But I mean, first thing I probably need to go and like actually do some of these courses because the most one I ever did was this one, 25% complete. Like most of them I haven't even started. I bought them because they were on sale and they seemed like a cool learning application. But yeah, I'm self-taught. Like everything I've learned is completely self-taught. I haven't really taken any courses. As you can see, I had the idea to do courses, but I haven't done any of them yet. Because what happens is that even if I start watching one of the courses or whatever, I get an idea and then I pause the video and then I start programming my idea and then I get caught up in my game and then I never go back to the course. Which I'm sure if I actually do those courses, I'm sure it would help me make better games. C# is easy, man. You'll get it. Yeah, once you learn how, like, GameMaker uses GML, for example, and once you learn any basic coding language, you're going to be able to move pretty easily to other languages, is what I hear. So, you could even move from GML to C# or C++ or whatever. It's just getting the basic fundamentals. You're still going to have the same basic ideas. You're going to have variables. You're going to have loops. You're going to have if-then statements. You're going to have, all the different. A lot of the coding is the same kind of stuff. It's just a different format for the code. I'm a graphics artist and a 3D modeler. Trying to pick up on programming, but thinking mastering one skill is better than being okay at two. Yeah, I would agree with that, Craven. I would definitely agree with that. All right, guys. Yeah, let's go out of this game. I want to show you guys another game too. I could just link it here. Like, I I can just link it in the video, like on my review on Steam or whatever. I get another game that I really like. It's really cool. That came out back in November, I think, that I just bought. I like Brick Breaker games, and it's a pretty cool Brick Breaker game. Again, a Brick Breaker games is kind of like the Worm games. There's so many of them, but Darkanoid is a game. Let's take a look. Shizo's game. Is this our first game? Yeah, this is this developer's first game on Steam as well. I somehow I showed up on my recommended page or something like that on Steam, and I do like Breakout kind of games. So I decided to go and buy this one. Again, this one is $2.99. And came out back in November. Already has 53 positive reviews with 92% positives. And I'm going to go ahead and show you guys this game real quick. I only played it for like 5 minutes, but we're going to show you this game real quick. And so I have some video content to link to a review here. Yeah, Brick Breaker games are pretty hard to find good ones. There's a few on Steam that I've done, but most of them are either average or not so good. This one looks and feels like it's probably pretty cool.
Danger. Danger. Danger.
I like how the magazines were covering up the important, like, control panel or whatever. Oh shit. That does look pretty bad. I like the little intro. Not Arkanoid, but Darkanoid. That's pretty clever. I didn't watch this the first time, I just skipped right through the gameplay. That's pretty cool. I like that intro. Well, actually, I love that intro. That intro was really cool. So we have achievements. We have records. And then you have your high scores. You see that right now I just played for a second. I got 1,508. I'm 124th place. So this is what I'm talking about. Have your Steam high scores, right? That way you can see where you rank against everybody that's played the game. So you have locked sectors. You like the art? Yeah, the art's really cool. Level 1. I like the fast pace of this one too, because this moves a lot faster than a lot of these Brick Breaker games. Ah! Barely got it. I like how the blocks come at you too. You can't, if they hit you, you die. Yeah, I love the really fast pace of this game. The animations and everything like that. This is a very good game for $2.99. Not gonna lie. Ah! Yeah, I love the feel of this game. So you can see the progress of the bricks, how many times they've been hit by how many blue lines there are. So like the bricks over on the left side are almost done. Oh no! It's gonna take forever to get over there, oh my god. Oh, what the hell? That's fucked up. I like the music. Yeah, for a developer's first game on Steam, this game is really impressive. I wish I could make games this good as my first game on Steam. Yeah. I'm not that good at it, but it moves so fast I really suck at it, but I'm sure with practice you'll get a lot better at it. I didn't beat my record. Yeah, the animations are really cool as well. I agree. Damn it. Come on, I keep missing. God, my reflexes are not this good. These fucking balls move fast, man. What the fuck? Son of a bitch. I almost feel like this game moves too fast. A bounty guide. The chip key may be located somewhere in the sector on any level. Find the chip. Remember, the chip is very unstable and will disappear if you lose the sector. No time to lose. Defeat the boss to activate the chip. Once the boss is defeated, the chip will appear when playing through the sector in future runs. That's cool. I haven't seen that yet. You gotta be fucking fast. Like, this game don't play around. Like, this might be the fastest fucking Breakout game I've ever played. Oh, I won. Nice. I still didn't get as many points as I did the first time I played off stream. Now we're moving to sector, or level 2 of sector A. Okay. Yeah, you gotta be ready for this game. This ain't no super casual Breakout game. Can I get that? I didn't lose a life. This is a cool game. I like how the balls hit each other and reflected off each other. That was really cool. Like, the two balls hit each other and bounced off each other in different directions. Man, this game is awesome, man. Love it. Love it. Even though I suck at it. Damn it. These fucking angles, man. Fuck, win the ball. Okay. I suck. I really suck at this game. Damn it. Another win? Yep. 1 point off, yep. Oh, you get a score multiplier too. For being probably on level 2 or whatever. Your record, new record for me, not a new record in the game. I know better than that. I love the music as well. Oh, we got a heart over there. Is that an extra life or what? Oh, we got some bullets as well now, so we can shoot. Can't break through those, okay. Wonder if we can shoot them. Oh, this game's fantastic, guys. Yep. It's amazing to me that developers can really, I mean, even like Craven with his Bitworm is a really, really good game. It's a solid, very fun game for 99 cents. How you move, and it's a lot more casual than this. It's not this fast-paced, but it's a really well done game for 99 cents. And it's amazing to me that people overlook these kind of games all the time. You have 1 life recovered, nice. People look at a price tag of $2.99 and see 2D graphics, and they're like, fuck that. So I feel like 2D games, to really do well, they either have to get lucky and get really popular. So people, for the most part, are not going to buy a 2D game unless it has a ton of, like, really positive reviews. Unless it just becomes, like, the cool thing, right? Materials are not enough for repairs. Are refused. We hope you give 5 to our next meeting, and we will support you. That's cool that you actually get to earn different materials and stuff like that, and they can help you out. Repair the platform and continue your game. That's amazing. Okay. How do I repair the platform and continue your game? I said it's a deal. Okay, I don't know what I do here. Sure. All right. Anyway, I like this game, guys. This game is really fucking cool. Really fast paced. It looks like you have a lot of different, like, you know, added elements to the game that kind of build a story, that you're trying to collect these certain elements and trade them for different advantages of the game to progress through the game. Very well thought out, very well planned, and now we're on level 3, Sector A. Yeah. So anyway, guys, yeah, I like this one. And then you also have available level 6. You could go shopping with some of your money or whatever you earn. Fantastic. Yeah, that's a really impressive game. I think if Steam let games like these sell for $0.25 instead of $1, like I wanted to do with Bitworm, I think they would do a lot better as an impulse buy. Yeah. Well, I mean, they don't let you go down to $0.25, but you can put them on sale for, like, you know, half price, 49 cents or whatever, during Steam sales and stuff like that. And that's when a lot of my games do the best, as well as when, you know, I put my games on sale. But yeah, I think the lowest you can go is 49 cents. I know they used, a few years ago, Craven, I know, like, back in, like, 2015, 2016, I know they used to let you mark a game all the way down to, like, 10 cents or 15 cents or whatever on sale. Like, you could take a $1.99 game and you could make it 90% off, and the price would be 19 cents or whatever. So they used to allow you to do that during sales. Your price could be, like, super small, like 10 cents, 15 cents, whatever. But they don't allow you to go less than 49 cents anymore. Oh, yeah, that's probably true. They stopped because of digital homicide. Yeah, I agree. So let me ask you, Craven, how long do you think it's... You said you're going to make changes to Bitworm. You're going to change those 2 things I'm talking about. How long do you think it'll take you to change that? Like, it might take you a bit just to remember all your code and go in there and fix everything, just because, you know, it's been so long since you worked on it. Of using the trading cards for profit. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so I gotta leave a positive review for you, Craven. Gotta leave a positive review for Darkanoid. And, yeah, that's the only 2 games I played. Except for mine. A couple of days I haven't get back into it. I have to get back into my access my account. Yep. Yep. There are... I have, like people tell me all the time to move to 3D, move to Unity, move to Unreal or whatever. But I have so many games myself. I have so many ideas for games. Like, I already have a lot of content that I've already need to make. Like, I have games already that I've paid $100 for that I need to finish. Right? I have, like, 3 things I need to finish already. And then even after that, though, I have so many ideas for 2D games that I don't know that I'll ever move to 3D games, to be honest with you. I'll probably make 2D games forever. Like, I have an action RPG that I want to make a 2D game for. I have lots of other smaller games that I want to make games for. You know, so yeah, I have so many ideas for 2D games that I think will be fun that I don't think I'll ever move to 3D. At some point, I might make a 3D game just to try it and see how well it does compared to everything else. But the reason I don't do 3D games is because I don't want to start relying on assets off the, you know, the asset stores, off the Unity asset store, or off Unreal or whatever. And I don't really know how to model 3D things. And I'm not going to start spending, you know, 3 months modeling each fucking zombie myself or whatever, you know, each enemy myself or whatever. So it's just a lot easier for me to create my own assets and everything like that in a 2D system, in a 2D environment. He had to recover it, and Valve is too slow to return. The developer actually put a lot of effort to it. The drawback is it's $8. What's $8? What's the drawback on the developer put a lot of effort into what game are you talking about? Oh, about this game? Oh, a Game Guru game. Gotcha. Yeah. Yep. I haven't played very many good Game Guru games. There's a game I wanted to get. I think I added it to my wish list. Yeah, this one. I like visual novels. I like good visual novels, and this one looks like a good one. It was Japanese only for like a couple of years, so I'll probably be playing this one soon. It's a romance visual novel between Ellie, elite, and misfit in the all-girls high school. But the Japanese version is getting like 99% positive reviews. It hasn't been played that many times. The English version hasn't been played that much. Yeah, right here. Weird that they charge a lot more for the English version, but they had to translate it all, so. Okay, so this one came out a little over a year ago. Yeah, 98% positive reviews. It must be good. So I'll probably be buying and playing that one sometime soon. Dark Skies is its name. I haven't even heard of this one. Oh, it just came out. This is a Game Guru game? DK Productions, that sounds familiar. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, I want to play this game, man. Because I played Hunted One Step Too Far. That's like that's the one really good Game Guru game that I played. I think. Yeah. I played this last year. I am absolutely shocked by this Game Guru game. I played this guy's first game, and I really liked it. Yeah, I said it's the best damn Game Guru game I've ever played. And yes, I have enjoyed it. So it's the same developer that made Hunted One Step Too Far. Hell yeah, I want to play this other game. That's cool. A hardcore shooter with unforgiving mechanics, and it's really nice to see that somebody's using the Game Guru engine to make good Game Guru games. I wonder if this is Game Guru or if this is the new one, Game Guru Max. What's that game? Hunted One Step Too Far. Like most Game Guru games are complete garbage. They're just people that cobble together assets in the Game Guru kit and then launch them on Steam, and they're a complete mess. Like I've probably played 100 Game Guru games, and they're all garbage. Except for last year, I played the One Step Too Far, which is like a story game, and it's really well done. I had a lot of fun with it, and it took me almost 4 hours to beat it. It looks like, and yeah, I really liked it. I said it's the best Game Guru game I ever played. Let's see, I think I gave it like a 9 out of 10 or something. 8 out of 10. I gave the game an 8 out of 10. Well done to the developer. You made this with Game Guru. I can't see. I said I can't wait to see what you could make with better tools like Unity or Unreal. But if you made another game with Game Guru, then yeah. Classic Game Guru. Still active on the forums there. That's amazing, man. And right now it's getting only 81% positive reviews. It is by far, or by a mile, one of the better solo developer single player FPS games on Steam. In fact, it's already better than the developer's last game or any other Game Guru game available on Steam. It's a long review. Well, I would like to try it. Yeah, I'll probably have to play this game. Maybe I'll try to get this game later on tonight or something like that and play it. Yeah. Like I said, I loved Hunted One Step Too Far. It was the best Game Guru game I've ever played, so I'll definitely have to try this one. Yeah, thanks for letting me know about it, Craven. Even recommended the address of the asset flipping issue with their engine. Didn't go so well. Yeah. Well, I want to go ahead and end the stream, guys. I might come back. I'm going to eat something. I think I'm hungry, but I'm going to come back. I'll probably play some Dead by Daylight here in a little bit. But yeah, and I'll give you guys reviews. I'll probably write some reviews up later for the 2 games that I played. And maybe I'll look at getting another game to play later this evening. All right, guys. Thanks so much for being here in my stream. You guys have a good one.